Let's go indeed. Glitch Eater, good morning. What's going on? Excuse me. Howdy. Happy I got to catch a little bit of your stream the other night. I need to try that game. It's always been one of the ones on my list of to-dos. I'm a big fan of it. Was it Subnautica? I really enjoyed. What was the other one? The Long Dark, dude, was so good. I own Rust on console, but from what I understand, it's definitely better on PC. So I decided I'm going to incorporate some green into this miniature. So this is a young gold dragon, so we're going to be doing a lot of gold on the scales and everything. Its belly is going to probably be whitish yellow, fade it to gold. Between the spines on the wings, though, I am going to be doing like a green color. And then we'll do maybe a black wash or brown wash on that. And then we'll dry brush gold onto it. So it's still going to have gold like tones. It's going to have gold on it still. But it's going to be kind of like this green, right? It's a young gold dragon. I like to imagine in my world that a gold dragon, a blue dragon, any kind of dragon probably starts off when they're born blue or green, or not blue, but brown or green, and then they kind of go into their color as they mature. That's what I'm saying. There might even be official lore on that. Don't know. Dragon D's damn ad. I don't know, man. It's something we were just talking about that with ruined your joke. Oh no. We were just talking about this yesterday. They're doing something. I laughed. But definitely I feel like they are absolutely Twitch has just got ridiculous with the ads lately. And I am myself and many others are kind of over it. Like, here's the thing. They haven't changed any of the payout compensation for the ads, so I don't know why they continue to just lay on the ads all the time. So, again, I'm just going to work this green onto the wings here. And we might even do some green, like, at the base of the wings. Almost like he's still growing, you know, still maturing or whatever, you know. After all, he is most definitely not full grown. Did Discord ever fix itself, or is it still being dumb? It's still being dumb. So what it's doing is, I feel like it's happened to me before. It's basically like, hey, so anytime a server, like you try to join a server that requires you to verify via cell phone, it like says, please verify by cell phone. Cool, not a problem. I hit verify. I don't mind. I hit verify, and then it shoots me a code via text. I take that code and I go to plug it in, and as soon as I plug it in, it says a Discord account already exists with this phone number, and it's like, well, yeah, mine and me, and I'm trying to join another server, you know. So I don't really know. Like, I'm gonna be honest. So I didn't really spend a whole lot of time that night trying to figure it out. Like, I need to go online, maybe you're on Reddit or something, and see if anybody else has had that issue before and posted about it. And if there's a fix out there or something for it, maybe. Dude, I'm pretty excited for you to get your miniatures in the mail. They should be showing up probably tomorrow, if I had to guess. Oh no, Friday it said. It said Friday, but who knows? It could be sooner than that. I always get mail sooner than whatever they always say they're going to be. We'll put green over the spines too. Why not? I think I hope you enjoy both of them, but I think you're really gonna like the female elf that I did with the purple dress cloak or whatever. She has so I did purple, right? Because you want a purple and like a toxic green. I had a really hard time bringing myself to do like a lot of the toxic green on her because it would just look. I felt like it would look too bright and too kind of like, I don't know, something. So what I did is I incorporated some of that green into a plate metal, shiny plate metal to give the breastplate, the armor, and her bracers kind of a green sheen to it. I also did the poisonous cloud that she's emitting. The spell is that toxic green, and then I did highlights of that green in her black hair to kind of make, give her kind of the appearance of like, we were just talking about this in the art world. It's called something where you use like small like colors or something to give them the appearance that they're not necessarily evil, but like a Pokemon that's poisonous generally is purple or like a putrid green, right? And like, okay, they're probably poisonous, right? Whatever that's called, it's called something in the world of art. I don't know, but my brother-in-law is a graphics art designer, and we were talking about it when we were playing D&D the other day, and he said, yeah, that's called something. It really stuck with me, as you can see. And to be fair, the concept really stuck with me because it's cool, like you don't have to like, when it comes to art, so much of it is interpretation and so much of it is subtle like details. So anyway, getting that green in there. Again, it's like, now I can say I'm toxic in a good way. Haha, hell yeah, dude. I need a lot more green. So again, this is not a green dragon. It is most definitely a gold dragon, but I really wanted to have just, I don't know, I felt like if you're gonna just paint something gold, like you look at pictures online, man, it's like these gold dragons are literally just gold. There's not a whole lot else to them, and I just couldn't handle that. I had to have a little something else going on with this dragon. Hey, Joe. Hey, Muffin Cake. What is it called when you use we were just talking about you. When you use a color to like imply that a character is so funny, Glitch Eater. This is the person I was telling you about. This is the guy I was talking to about this that just told me that. Like if you use a color to imply something's something, right? So like example being Pokemons that are poisonous are purple usually, or like a putrid green, and you just know that by that, you'll know what I'm talking about. We were just talking about it with me, you, and Vinny. Ah, there it is. Aposmatism. It is Glitch Eater. We're learning new shit all the time. So Muffin Cake is plays in one of my D&D campaigns. He's actually my brother-in-law. It's my wife's brother. We were discussing like color schemes on like how this dragon's gonna work. And Muffin Cake, what I ended up settling on is I'm gonna incorporate green, as you can see, right? I want to believe that when young dragons are birthed, that they start off kind of like a neutral brown or green, right? Doesn't that make sense? And then as they mature, they start to turn gold, or maybe they're a blue dragon, they turn blue, maybe they turn red, whatever species of dragons they may be. So we're just going to give a base coat of this green on the wings, kind of in between the spines of the wings, in between those fingers of the wings, if you guess you can call them. And we're also painting the green on the spines as well. I'm also going to probably paint some of this green into its like the base of the wings, to where it's almost like it's fading out, like the wings are the last to change. Maybe, I don't know. But that's what I thought. I thought that the green would be better. The green would be a more fun color than doing brown with the gold. So this is where we are. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely kind of jonesing for a little bit of Elden Ring, but that's okay. I was very excited to start painting this model though, so. Gold ore is mixed in with green minerals. Oh, interesting. Cheers, everybody. Got a nice cup of Joe going. Can you imagine, like, finding gold? I always watch people that, like, pan for gold. Like, I watch those videos on YouTube where they're, like, panning for gold. And, you know, it's like modern times, and they're out there still panning for gold, and they're finding gold. It's like, golly. It's a crazy life. To, like, your well-being and existence is solely based on a mineral that you have to manually find in the earth. And if I have to imagine that they are like, it's more than just a way of life for them. It's you know, or more than just a hobby for them. It's a total way of life. I'm probably gonna go heavy on the gold too at its tail. I don't know why it feels like the tail would probably be turning gold pretty quickly too on this young dragon. I feel like there might have even been like a Discovery Channel show about people that still are out there panning for gold and digging for gold. That was by far my favorite Ballad of Buster Graves, or Ballad of Buster Graves, the Coen Brothers movie with Tom Waits as the old gold miner, and he got shot in the back, and he still lived. And he was like, "There's no way you're taking my gold, dude." He's like, "I've been doing this my whole life for this moment." If you guys have not seen that movie, check it out. Tom Waits is in it. Liam Neeson. Man, there's tons of people. Big actors. James Franco's in it. Buster Scruggs. There we go. I really enjoyed that film. They are very talented filmmakers. One of the movies of their one movie that I haven't seen that I really need to, mostly because I'm just into like organized crime films and all that, was Miller's Crossing. I've yet to see that movie, and I know I've heard really good things about it. I think it was actually Nathan is the one who recommended me to watch that. We were talking one time about films. It's a really cool green color too. I like that. It's like so. It looks a lot brighter on camera than it really is. It's actually pretty subtle in person. It's not as bright like Kelly. It looks like a Kelly green on camera. It looks more like a. It looks very like traditional green dragon, you know. Buster Scruggs. I think this is going to be a total. I hope it turns out well, but I think this is going to be a total display piece on my desk until we actually start playing in person. I guess technically they're all display pieces right now since we're not playing in person, but. And if this one turns out too, I might have to source me a because they also have like blue, green, red dragons, copper or bronze dragons, and they have this line of WizKids figures makes them. So I might need to go source a few more of those so I can have like a few more dragons to pick from. How's work going today for you, Glitch? Just starting, really. We might have discussed this, but what is it that you do? Are you able to be in a work from home type of position? Did we talk about this? Are you kind of in like the financial world as well? Or no, you're like I'm trying to remember. I feel like we did discuss this, and I apologize if we haven't. I'm blanking, spacing. It's just super weird though, Muffin, is that I've met a few people on here in my streams. Insurance place. Okay, that's right. Muffin, I've met a few people in here that was in the same line of work that I was when I was with the company I just left. Like a couple call center people and a couple fraud and merchant disputes people. Which I thought was funny. All right, so, and I feel like I shouldn't have. It doesn't really matter that I painted these spines. This is kind of the point. The best part about your first couple coats on a miniature is that it's your base coat, and it can get covered up by whatever you want if you need to, as long as you get that paint thin enough. You're not going to have any kind of weird cakey, appearance to it. Started watching the movie with Tom Berenger. I mean, you guys have probably seen it, but The Substitute. Remember that one? I was on the treadmill today at the gym, and I wanted to watch a movie. I haven't seen that one in forever. It's on Amazon Prime. Small world, Kiko, and it gets smaller by the day. That's just bizarre, man. It's really fun. I was talking with Thomas over at Treehouse Gaming about this the other day, and how just crazy bizarre it is getting into this streaming world, and all the people I've met, and from across the ocean in Europe, in Asia. It's just bizarre, man. across the country here in America, Canada, a lot of Canadians I network with and hang out with on streams and stuff. Reconnected with Ashley, who I went to 8th grade with back in Michigan, 20 plus years ago. 20 plus years ago. Emphasis on the plus. Okay. It's work that I can at least have some leniency because my dad owns the business, but it's still an actual job, so it's better than it could be, but I would rather be full-time streamer. Haha, you and me both. Wait. I am one. I'm actually, I need, that's a lie. As much as I would like to say that I am a full-time streamer, I'm still technically not. Because I cannot afford with the children, I'm a stay-at-home dad, so with the kids, I'm not able to stream, 8-hour days or more. If I'm a stay-at-home dad when the kids are older, you better believe I'm gonna switch over to doing freaking eight and 10-hour day streams. And that's where it's at. That's how you're gonna get a lot of notice and a lot of more viewers, because it's one of those things where, you probably experienced it, Glitch. You sit on and, like, lately, I've noticed a bit of a trend on my streams. For example, right now, as you can see, there's 2 of you in my chat. In the beginning of my streams, I've been noticing, and I don't know if it's because I also stream during the day, and so people are busy working and whatever, waiting for breaks or what have you. But I've been noticing that, like, my streams pick up usually. Look at that. I'm going to do his feet too, right? So we'll blend that all in with that. But I've been noticing my streams pick up, viewership picks up probably within that first hour of my stream. And so, like yesterday, I think I ended my stream. I had about, 12 or 13 viewers in there. And started off with only just a couple. And I've been noticing that if I'm able to hit that, hit the 4 hour, 5 hour. I did a little over 4 hour stream yesterday. If I'm able to hit that longer stream time, it picks up. So if I could do an 8-hour stream, I'm sure I would see a lot more. Is it enough return on the amount of time you're spending streaming? I don't know about that. That would I would need to sit down and crunch those numbers and all that jazz. But all right. So base coat green done. I think that's all I'm gonna do as far as green goes. I might. Oh, you know what? I missed something. A little bit more green. Right at the top of his head, he has like this. He's like little. I might have watered that down too much. Like these little spines, almost like a dorsal fin of some kind, It's nice I got the holder for my miniatures, like the smaller miniatures, but not for these larger ones. No, thank you. Glitch, did you see? I had to turn my phone off sooner than so I don't know if you responded or not yesterday in your stream last night or in the evening. I don't remember when it was. I think it was last night because I was getting ready for bed when I saw you on. but you had mentioned like, you know, oh, like I don't expect people to do whatever, or do, you know, you show support to show support, even to a fault sometimes or whatever. And then I said, yeah, even if they don't follow, they take forever to follow you back. Because I took for frickin' ever to follow you back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I remember being like, oh yeah, I think I do follow him. And then I saw that you were never online streaming. Like, well, that doesn't make sense. And so finally, I looked you up and I didn't follow you. Yeah, dude, it's just like, you know, yeah. I did think oh shit. I think that I thought that I did already. Anyway. Like, there are people I support that still don't follow you. Yeah. You know, it's yeah, I mean, I have a few of those. I find it very difficult. Like, I appreciate your support so much. It's unbelievable. I find it difficult sometimes to really get into people's streams and sit there and hang out and talk. And one of the reasons is just my home life. I have a few hours every day, Monday through Friday, that I get to stream. And then once that time is done, I mean, I got stuff I got to do around the house. I got the kids to take care of and everything. This past week, my daughter's been out of school, so she's been home, which is not normal. So I find it really rough. I want to get better at that. What I need is I almost feel like I need to get like a tablet, which I have one upstairs, an old Asus tablet. I need to get like something that's dedicated to watching streams. So I can just always have it plugged in, like on a stand or something, and just kind of always have it going in the background while I'm, you know, doing whatever. So I can at least give the view to the people I'm trying to support, you know. Yeah, you do a great job, man. You're so involved. You're so you're present a lot, which is great, which is fantastic. All right. The view stops after about 5 minutes of chat. What does that mean? I'm sorry, I missed that. I don't understand. You found that out. Like if I leave it on, it'll time out? Unless I'm actively chatting? So I'm gonna do this yellow with that white. So when you chat and then you don't say anything for 5 minutes, it doesn't count anymore. No way. So what's the point of lurking, right? That sucks. That's stupid. I don't like that rule. Let's write Twitch a letter. We don't approve of this. Something's going on with the ads lately too, man. Like, I feel like they totally did something with the ads. Like, there's ads going, like, even for people that are sub to me, they're still getting like 2 pre-roll ads. I don't know, man. Like, people are like, Kiko, I'm getting I'm on 2 out of 5 ads for the 3rd time in the first hour to 2 hours of your stream. It's like, that shouldn't be the case. 3 minutes and hope for the best. You throw ads. You do 3-minute ads. Wow, that's impressive. I think I did 60 minutes. Or 60. Here's an hour of ads. Enjoy! 60 seconds. Okay, so we're going to do this yellow on his belly with a little bit of... I have an idea. Don't know if it'll be a good idea, but I have an idea. Three-minute, you get about 2. Yeah, for the 3-minute, you get about 2 hours of no. So you get 2 hours of no ad, and then the 3-minute. Well, I think you can choose like how many minutes, like how the frequency. So you can choose like, I think. Why is my boy crying? Got it. Yeah, I think I'm 60 seconds once an hour. I think. But then people still get like five, a block of 5 ads. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't sign up for that. What are you talking about, Rose? Eddie, go upstairs, bud. Go on. So everyone gets in after the ad, so they get a full hour of view besides the time that is required for 10 minutes of watching. Got it. That's brilliant. I feel like that's kind of how I have mine set up, to where like I shouldn't have any ads. Hey, be easy on him, Rose. Give me 2 seconds, guys. That's a good call. I should go readjust my... Be right back in 2 seconds, guys. Go upstairs. Go on. It's time for your nap. Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Yes, you can. Go on. Go upstairs. All right. You get a 1/10 of a cent for everyone who watches. What's really dumb is, in order to get 1 cent, you have to have 10 people watch, regardless of amount of time viewed. Yeah, they need to do something if they're gonna start increasing frequency of ads. Like, because I feel like even if you set it for just 1 60-second ad per hour, I feel like people are getting them at all crazy times, even after the 10-minute thing. And it's like a whole, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I have noticed that my revenue from ads has increased, but I'm thinking that's also because I just have more people in my streams usually than I was when I was first starting to do all this. All right. So I did yellow on his belly, kind of on his head there as well. You can kind of see it under the single. Ignore the yellow on the tail. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, you're not really able to see it too much. There you go. So we're gonna play with that as kind of like a, that the lighter underbelly part. And we're gonna go also make sure we don't need to touch up any green. Right there. Right there. So I was hoping to go see the new Batman movie today, but like there's no showings of movies anymore, man. Like they're all starting at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and I can't do that late of a movie. Well, at least for the movie like that is 3 hours long. I really want to see it, man. I'm like kind of jonesing to go see it. I watched some of the Nolan Batmans to give me a Batman fix the other day. Yeah, dude, like I don't best time to go to the movies, 100%. Not only are you getting like matinee prices, which is usually like $2, $3, $4 cheaper or 50% off of tickets, it's empty. I used to, back when I lived in Michigan, I used to go to the movie theater by myself a lot. I was in a bit of a situation where I didn't have a lot of options of things to do. And I also was legally obligated to be home by a certain time. So I would go to a lot of matinees, man. Tons of matinees. Okay. All right, that's looking pretty good. Quiet, Rose. I used to not even get snacks, man. I would just go. You know, just go to the movies. Because, you know, when you're paying... Back then, I think at our theater back in Michigan that I was going to, I think the matinee price was like $3 or $2.50 to go see a new movie, you know? And then, so you get a bunch of car change and couch change, you know, and boom. All right, now I got to think of how I am going to do this... those spines on his wing, and maybe I should just paint the body yellow and really just kind of take my time on getting that in there, and then or I don't know. I hate to do something and then have to like redo everything. So my other question would be is, what would it look like if I painted his scales a green and then I did like the gold highlighting? I think that would be too much green. I don't think I like that idea. Okay. Oh, Whale Shark, thank you so much for the raid. What is going on? You just get done doing some Elden Ring? We are rocking on this gold dragon, and I know it's a gold dragon. I said it's a gold dragon, and all you see is green right now, but it'll make sense soon. So I got a whole bottle of gold right here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's fantastic. It's good seeing you, Whale Shark. Oh yeah, you showed it yesterday. It looks so cool. I can't wait to see it finished. Oh yeah, for sure. I can't wait either. So I think we're going to do yellow. I think we're going to put some yellow down his back. I don't know. I don't want too much because I did the yellow on his belly too. Should I just go in and start with the gold? Oh man, I think I'm like overthinking this, I think. You know? Hey, Glitch dropped you a follow. That's so awesome. Networking. Working while networking. Huh? How was your session of Elden Ring? Be honest. This color is called Greedy Gold. And what I'm going to do with it, get some water in there. We're going to get that mixed up. Well, and welcome to Whale Shark's Raiders that came over with her. Or with them. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming on over. If you guys have not already hit that follow button, please feel free to do so. You'll always know when I go live. We do the painting streams on Wednesday. We do painting sometimes on Friday. Depends on the mood. And then we do play games. I'm playing Elden Ring right now. I also am playing through Metro Last Light. But... that's been Elden Ring's kind of taken a priority. Got a bunch of side stuff done and found another end game optional boss, but now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place of end game bosses. Ouch. At least you're at the end game. I'm stuck at mid game. I don't even know how far I am. I mean, I'm only I think level 42 or so. Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay. Do I like this? I think I do. So I'm doing like solid gold on those spines on the wings, and I think I like it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to kind of go through and do a lot of it, because I'm also going to be painting this gold too. I think once I wash this out, it's actually going to look really, really cool, and it's not going to look like it's just. See, again, kind of what I was talking about earlier on the stream is that, man, you can, if you Google young gold dragon, there's so many people have just like painted them solid gold, and I don't know, that just seemed boring to me. I really like having that green with it. Really, I feel like it really complements the gold. I had somebody that went to school earlier in the stream for art tell me that gold goes well with green. Got to add that flavor. You got to, you know, when you're doing something that you're going to put time and effort into, like this, you gotta make it your own. I'm kind of regretting painting the spines on the wings green, because gold is really struggling, it looks like, to cover up that green. But I'm almost okay with that, kind of, because I wanted it to look like it was, you know, still a little green around the gills, no pun intended, before it fully turns to gold, right? And again, I'm going to be doing a wash on this, so it's not going to be just like a line of gold up its back with green hard edges. It's going to be, you know, it's going to make sense. It's going to blend with some shading. We'll do some highlighting. It'll look good. Kind of has to. Because there's a good chance this could take 2 days to do or more. Well, Shark, did I ask you what class you built, what your build is in Elden Ring? I feel like I might have. I'm really digging on the prisoner. I kind of am wishing I did that the astrologer, and in fact, if I do a second playthrough, which I know will happen eventually, I think I'm gonna do an astrologer. I'm loving the magic in the game. Look at that shiny gold. Wretch, and now I'm in the caster that also wields the Moonlight Greatsword. Beautiful. Love it. Oh yeah, maybe I want to do a Wretch. I don't know. I think that might even be a good idea too, because, you know, I'll have played the game and I won't be a total noob getting my butt handed to me trying to play a Souls game that I really don't play a lot of Souls games. But I might be getting converted now that I'm playing Elden Ring. I tell you what, I'm really enjoying it. Used to only have, I used to only ever level intelligence for Moonlight Greatsword in the previous games and not use any actual spells, but this time I decided to give it a go. My reasoning for going as a wretch is that it gives me a tiny bit more of a survival slash Breath of the Wild style experience, like it. And also the equal stats across the board are nice too. It's a blank slate, right? I mean, you get to totally start from scratch, make the character exactly how you want it without having any predetermined anything, right? You pick, like when you pick, for example, since I picked the prisoner, you start off with a rapier and a staff, your glintstone staff, and like I found myself pigeonholing myself into using a rapier and the staff, which is fine, and I'm especially the staff. I'm happy I'm using that, but now I'm using that axe, and it's doing me so much better. I need to keep leveling it up, modifying it, but oh, speaking of Breath of the Wild 2, man, I'll tell you what. Can we please get Breath of the Wild 2 already? That was like one of my absolute favorite games for a solid year or more. It's kind of like it replaced Skyrim. And it was on the Nintendo Switch, so I could play it on the go, handheld. My daughter likes it a lot too. I really hope they go for a sympathetic Ganondorf this time around. Looking closely at the murals between the games, it kind of hints towards the Ganondorf of the era potentially not being as evil as the previous ones. Um, yeah, I mean, so I grew up on Zelda, the original two on the Nintendo, and Ganon has evolved so much since then. And I feel like Breath of the Wild definitely kind of harkened back to that. You know, Ganon is it's really what it was that Ganon became kind of like as bad as this is to say, but like kind of like in Christian mythos, Satan, right? This overwhelming evil entity who could take on many forms or whatever, and it used to just be like he was a moblin or whatever, like the bigger guys, not moblin, yeah, but he was just like the king of moblins, and then they changed it to where around Ocarina of Time it really evolved into something totally different, right? But definitely, if you go back to the early Ganons, it was a totally different experience with him. It was like you knew exactly what you're going to work with. It's such a mysterious. Ganon was so mysterious in Breath of the Wild. So like the whole Calamity Ganon, and like when you're first playing and then you see the swirling around the castle and all the different Calamity Ganon things that you fight at the different not infernal machines. What were they called again? Beasts, something beast. don't know what the hell is it called. The machines. I don't remember. What? Divine Beast, thank you. A total brain fart on that. Hey Rose. Can you just keep it down a little bit? Thank you. Alright, now I can actually switch up my brushes to a bigger base coat brush. Where's that one I had? Oh, Phantom Hourglass is so good. So much fun. Oh, I love that one. My absolute favorite Zelda game of all time is Wind Waker. And then probably Phantom Hourglass is a close second. I just love the Toon Link. I loved the story. Oh man, such a good game. I want Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass. What was the second one? Spirit Tracks. That one was okay. It didn't have the same kind of oomph that Phantom Hourglass did for a handheld Zelda in that era. You know, but it was decent. It wasn't bad. Phantom Hourglass. I had a blast on that game. What I loved about it too is it was a direct sequel to Wind Waker, which is my favorite Zelda. I enjoyed having a Zelda that wasn't just tucked away from the majority of the story in Spirit Tracks, which is why Tetra is the best Zelda. Yeah, I mean, let's applaud Nintendo for trying something totally new and breaking the mold, so to speak, with Spirit Tracks. I mean, it was totally different, and good on them for trying something new, and it was fun. I enjoyed it, but yeah, the DS games were just on point, Muffin, on point, especially the Phantom Hourglass. So we're getting this base coat of gold now done on his main body and the main scales. We're still going to have a lot of highlighting to work on, shading. I got to get all those spines done, and we can kind of even see now, like, yeah, that's fantastic. So you're probably not going to be able to see it too well on the camera, but you can kind of... See how that looks? Like the green with just that sheen of gold on there. Where am I going here? Yeah, that's going to be great. That's going to look really cool. It's all said and done. You guys looking forward to Kirby on on the Switch, the new Kirby coming out? I feel like my boy has this thing where he likes to play my Nintendo Switch. He's 2.5 or so. And he likes to play the Nintendo Switch, but he just goes to the e-store and watches videos of games and just uses it to, like, watch, which is whatever, I guess. I have watched the Kirby preview about 1,000 times because of him. The yellow is a good option on the head too. It really sets it apart from the rest of the body. I do sometimes miss my DS because I know that there was some Zelda games on there. But it's like when I had it, I never played it anymore. I stopped playing it really once I started having kids. And I tried giving it to my daughter for her to play, but she never wanted to play it, so I sold it. Love to give it a go. I'd love to give it a go. I've only played one of the old Kirby games on the NES, but the new one on Switch gives Mario Odyssey. Man, and Mario Odyssey was a stellar game. But yeah, it definitely has. It's definitely going into some cool territory with like the whole like the planet that they're on. What is it? I don't remember what it's called, but it's very modern, sci-fi, real worldy. Which, I mean, the fact that in Mario Odyssey we got to see like actual humans and like, it was bizarre. It was awesome, but it was bizarre. Nintendo always, for the most part, does such a good job on their games, and it's probably why their games always, you know, even after being out for how long, you still have to pay full price for Breath of the Wild, right? So and speaking of handheld systems, rumor has it that Microsoft is announcing some new tech, like really soon. And there's a lot of people speculating that it's going to be one of two things. They're thinking it's going to be either a Game Pass, a Game Pass stick, kind of like a Fire Stick that you can plug into your TV and then cloud play, stream play um, Game Pass games on your TV, which I think is awesome, right? For example, I'm going to Florida here in a couple weeks. How cool would it be to just be able to just need to bring an Xbox controller and a little flash drive you plug in the back of the TV, right? Play a couple games while you're out of town or whatever. I don't know. Also, I probably won't be have a lot of time for game playing anyway. I'm down there and I'll be with my family, and I will be pretty much right on a beach, so it's a really good chance I'm not going to be thinking about video games. I could be wrong, but probably not. This is really cool. At the beach, yes. I will be staying in a house about 72 steps up from the beach in Florida here in a couple weeks. So I will be. I will probably do a couple live IRL streams from down there. 15, 20-minute ones or whatever. I might even bring a phone stand and just set it up and stream the beach, the waves, and you guys can enjoy some ocean views, which would be kind of fun. Yeah, I'm a big beach person. I used to not be. I used to be not really care. I mean, one way or the other for a beach. I would always like to go. When it came to vacations, it was always like, oh, let's check out the mountains, or let's go just stay at a cabin, or let's go to a city and that I've never been to before or something. And then as I've gotten older, I'm like, let's just go to a beach, stay at a place for the whole week, and not really do anything or go anywhere. Coming along pretty well. Got a long way to go, but it's coming along. I think I can set him down. Still have the right angle. Probably not. I did get, and we're driving to Florida too, so that's normally we fly, but just we decided this year to drive, and got some audiobooks I'm looking forward to listening to. Because if I had to guess, my kids will be busy in the backseat doing their thing, games or shows on iPads or whatever. And I will be driving. My wife will probably sleep for a little bit. So I might need something to occupy myself with. So what did you guys think of the new Ghostbusters film? Just popped in my head because I think I heard a Ghostbuster game start on the Switch. My daughter's playing Nintendo. I might be wrong. I thought it was excellent, though. I thought it was top notch. I thought it was well done. It hit all the right notes as far as nostalgia goes, but also it wasn't like just a total fan service, you know. I enjoyed the one with was it Jenny McCarthy or whatever her name is? Jenny McCarthy? Jessica McCarthy? I don't know. It was fun. It was not that good, but it was entertaining enough. But this new one with the kids was really, really good. You've only seen the original. Don't be sorry. That's the best one. Definitely don't be sorry. That movie is fantastic. I mean, I have such good memories as a kid watching it, and you know, and really as I've gotten older, I've noticed that some movies, even though back when they first came out were like phenomenal, just great, there's a lot of movies out there that didn't quite age very well. Whether it's effects, whether it's archaic making skills, I don't know. There's just some out there that just didn't really do that well, or didn't age well. Hey, no class, what's going on? Welcome to the stream today. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is by you in your neck of the woods. We are working on my young gold dragon from Nolzur's Miniatures. And this one is going to be probably, if it turns out well enough, a display piece for myself for a while until we start playing in person again. And even then, who knows when the party will end up facing a gold dragon. I think I've been playing D&D. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for quite a while in my life. I don't think I've ever played a game of D&D where we actually fought a dragon. It's a lot of... I saw a very funny meme the other day, and it's... A lot of people think Dungeons and Dragons involves going into dungeons and fighting dragons, but really, it's me and my friend rolling a dice to see who the make-believe horse likes better. Which is true. You end up going to taverns and you go into dungeons, but there's not really Dungeons and Dragons in it. Or it's not really. I'm gonna stop with the base brush. We're starting to get to some finer. Oh, up there though. I didn't do. Whatever. Need a little bit of a softer hand here. Yeah, good stuff. I mean, if you, Whalestruck, I know the other day we were talking about how you've always been interested in playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's one of those things where I was trying to tell my daughter a long time ago. She's like, "Well, how do you play? What do you do?" And I'm like, "Well, really, you can do whatever you want." She's like, so I can fly, and it's like, well, I mean, if you have a spell that lets you fly, or if you're playing like an owl race, the owl, was it called owlings, owlkin? You could fly, but there's still some rules to it. I do feel like a buddy of mine ran a game once and there was a dragon involved, but I don't know if we fought it. A long time ago. My buddy Chris. He was a friend of mine. We played in a band together, and he really, really, really liked Dungeons and Dragons, and I didn't like it as much as he did. I mean, he was huge into it, and unfortunately, he passed away a year back. It was October of 2020. I think it was Halloween night. um, and I never really got to discuss D&D with him as I started getting back into it and really heavy into it, and it's kind of a bummer, but he's a good kid, good guy. All right, this is really coming along well, guys. I think Muffin, you were right. The green and the gold goes very well together. Very, very well together. Whether it's because green minerals are often found in the earth with gold, or what, I don't know, but it does complement very well. You guys getting excited for the new Stranger Things season coming up here soon? I think that's in May, isn't it? I feel like there's like May and then part 2, like volume. It's like season 4, volume 1, and season 4, volume 2, and it's May and July, May and June. It drops. I don't know. I'm very excited for it. Paint smells. I like reading stories of weird creative stuff people get up to, like putting an entire town into some kind of infinite bag space, or exploding people's eyeballs with water, or bards charming mimics. So funny you brought that up. I watched a TikTok the other day, and there's this guy I follow. He's like the forever GM guy. And he does really fun D&D skits by himself. It's awesome. Anyway, somebody wrote a question in to him, and they were like, my daughter is playing D&D with us. We brought her in, and she's asking me if she can train baby mimics and to be attached to arrows. So basically what this kid was wanting to do was to somehow raise mimics, which that in and of itself is going to be a feat, right? To raise a mimic without it trying to destroy you. But she wanted to take baby mimics, have them mimic arrowheads, attach them to the arrow shaft, and then shoot them at the enemies. And so this is like brilliant. Don't know how you're gonna raise mimics, but unless you like, I'm guessing what the guy said was find a mimic, bring it into, capture it. First of all, would be a feat in itself. Capture it, put it into captivity, get it to trust you somewhat, and then let it somehow have babies. Right? Whether maybe you get to get 2 mimics. I don't know how you determine the sex of a mimic. It could be anything. But let's say that maybe they reproduce, asexually. Who knows? But then take the babies, separate the babies from the parent mimic as soon as possible, feed them all the time, and develop trust, and then somehow train them to become an arrowhead, and then again somehow train them to sit in a quiver of arrows on your back. I don't know. Sounds pretty terrifying. So I'm going around touching up some of this gold. Beautiful chaos. That indeed sounds like beautiful chaos. I mean, that's literally like carrying an open bag of king cobras on your back. Like why would anybody do that? This kid wanted to. But that's the whole beauty of Dungeons and Dragons. If you can think it, you can do it, but you got to really put some thought into it. You can't just be like, I now have a bag of mimics. a GM will probably be like, yes, okay, you have a bag of mimics, and they're biting at you right now. My daughter just asked, what is a mimic? So, a mimic is a creature, a very evil, chaotic creature, that can turn into anything. Usually, maybe a tree in the woods, maybe a treasure chest in a dungeon. And they wait for unaware people or creatures or things to come by. Maybe it's a treasure chest, and it'll turn into a big maw of gnashing teeth and eat you. Mimics. Mm-hmm. I like that it's not a straight up absolutely not. It's, well, yes, but you got to work for it. Yeah, that's the cool thing about D&D, right? I mean, there's some DMs will just kind of like, meh, but I am not one of those DMs. Like, if you want to do something, you gotta make it make sense. Help me understand why this is a thing. I really like how it did. Look, guys, check out. I don't know if you can see it, but look at his feet, right? They're green, but they're like blending in with the gold, and it'll make more sense once I actually. You're seeing a lot of green that you're seeing is actually not his feet; it's the ground he's on. So we're gonna paint that gray because he's gonna be standing on this like stone. I'll put some shrubbery and rocks around there. Yeah, it's coming along pretty well. I mean, we got a lot of work to do here. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Studio, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I feel like I was just talking to you yesterday. We're just working on the gold dragon. As you can see, I decided to go with, I gotta let some of this dry because I can't really paint over the wet paint. That will not end well. Studio, I don't know if have you been in any of my painting streams before? I mean, I definitely do some gaming, but I really enjoy the painting streams a lot. Definitely a different vibe than from my gaming streams. A lot less cussing for me. Nothing much. Sorry for leaving earlier. Had business to do. Don't apologize. Totally fine. Gotta take care of business. I get it. Alright, I gotta get those darn spines along the wings that are painted gold now. Which is, I'm not looking forward to it. I think it's going to turn out really, really good, and especially once we highlight the gold shading in on the wings, to where it's going to have a we were talking earlier on the stream about how I didn't want to just do it all gold and then highlight it and then wash it with some shading and be done. That seemed like a cheap way to go. It's good coffee. Caribou coffee. From good old state of Minnesota. The thing that sucks about these spines on the wings is not only do I have to paint them, but I gotta do two sides, the inside of the wing and the outside of the wing. Every now and then you come across a miniature that like is fun to paint, but then you realize I believe right now I have the redeemable painted miniatures is 1500 bits, so 1500. It's about $15, and that covers the miniature and shipping. I mail it out to you. So around $15 right now is what I'm running. If it's something that picks up for me, you know, it's obviously I'm gonna have to reevaluate that pricing, because that's a pretty affordable price as far as miniature, painting it, labor, shipping. But it's something I enjoy doing. It's good content for the stream. Glitch Eater is going to be getting his 2 miniatures here in about a day to 2 days from now. It's already in the mail for him, which is awesome. I'm excited to see his feedback on them. Oh, but you and I, Studio, we were talking about how much for the for the size of the figure, like XL, X, extra small, etc. So if you're looking for something specific, this is obviously not that price. I would need to sit down and really kind of it depends. I would need to start with what you're looking for, and then I would be able to get you a more accurate price from there. So essentially, what 1500 bits gets you would be one miniature like this. And then I would work it into my painting schedule as far as like right now I'm working on this one, so this is the one I would need to finish first, and then yours would be next up. And the fun thing is you get to see it painted on stream live, and you can give input if you wanted to. As far like Glitch, he picked the color scheme that he wanted to see, which was really cool because the color schemes that he picked is not something that I probably would have ever picked myself. Well, the female sorceress or wizard, I would probably have picked that. That was a really smart decision. It was really cool. It turned out so great. But like the red and black, I'm hesitant usually on painting black because it tends to just kind of take out, whatever it's. Like it washes out other colors. It steals the show, right? But if you're still interested, Studios, in some miniatures that you are wanting, DM me and we can discuss, kind of like what you're looking for, what prices would be as far as the miniatures go. Would it be bits, or would it, are we entering the realm of Venmo? But I absolutely enjoy doing this. Enjoy painting miniatures, so figured people might also. There's a lot of people out there that like them, that want to use them for display, want to use them for play, D&D or whatever. They just don't have the time to paint them themselves, right? And you can buy pre-painted figures, but then you don't really get to customize how it looks. You don't get to pick, well, I don't want him to have a green cloak, it's not a Hobbit. And so there is a little bit of room for error on these spines because I will be shading out the gold. You're either thinking a succubus, a black dragon that is corrupted, or maybe a druid shifter. Nice. Those are all awesome. And I'm not meaning to be crude with the succubus either. I just like the lore around them. No, they are absolutely a thing. Nothing crude about it. I would have to see what kind of miniatures I could source. We could also, if you found a miniature that you liked, you can send me a link to it, or you could even, if you found it locally, purchase it and mail it to me. You know, that would take part. That I would take that into consideration on the price, obviously. But I'm sure I could find something. Here in the town I live in, there's probably about five game stores within all within 10 minutes. Druid Shifter would be fantastic, especially if you could find a miniature, or if we found a miniature that has that's in mid transform, mid shifting, right? That would be neat. I always like druids. I always feel like they're definitely underrated in the world of D&D, at least in the group of people that I've always been exposed to in D&D. I know they're huge. I had a buddy that played a druid in, I think even I played a druid in World of Warcraft when I played that for a little bit. I was not a big fan of World of Warcraft. Diablo 2, which I love playing as a druid in that. Those were such good games. Getting to be a werewolf, yeah. I am playing, I have a D&D game I'm playing as a player in, as a barbarian. And I think we talked about this actually. Because I'm getting to play as a werebear. So he's a barbarian, big beefy guy. I don't know, 18 in strength or whatever. And he has a big old beard and gets to turn into a bear. I love druids and the Irish culture, which ironically, you are Irish. There you go. Yeah, druids are cool. I think what really draws me to them is the fact that they are their oneness with nature, right? Their attachment to nature and how they are with that. I like being out in the woods. I like camping. So for me, it's a good draw to that character type. Oh, this is so tedious, but it has to be done. The barbarian that I'm playing as too, believe it or not, my brother-in-law and I were talking about this the other day, and it's and I'm the same way. Usually I would always play as, a rogue, a ranger, and it's because in real life, I'm a big guy, right? And in real life, I'm a big guy. So why would I want to play another big guy in a game, in a fantasy world where I could be whatever I want? They're absolutely out there. Studios. In fact, after I'm done with my stream today, I can even take a look to send me a DM of what you're looking for, and I could spend some time looking as well. I know quite a few websites and places, and like I said, I also have a ton of local stores in here that have miniatures. Tons. And that's an understatement. There's a lot of game stores in my town, which is cool, but I just don't really know why. What's so special about my town? Other than there's not a whole lot to do, so you might as well play games. Do you follow me on, Hey, Dragon Slayer, this is PUBG? Wait, no? How does it say PUBG? Holy moly, that sucks. Dragon Slayer, thank you for that shout out on that. I don't know how I messed that up. You know what? You know what though? I got an error when I launched. Have you guys noticed that where it like it'll be like it'll like fail to update information to Twitch or something, and then so I had to do it again. And I wonder if I didn't do it a second time. Dragon Slayer, I haven't seen you in forever. How you doing? I think I caught you in it is for D&D, absolutely. I caught you in Halzan's stream not too long ago. Wait. Oh, I'm doing very well though. Thank you so much for asking. And yes, Dungeons and Dragons. You had 3 gaming shops in our town at one point. Game Station. I don't know how to pronounce that last one. The second one, I would immediately go to Sex, but I'm sure that's not how it's pronounced. Kex, C-E-X, I don't know. And Game, yes, literally just called Game, but no comic book style stuff, unfortunately. Now it's just Game and the other one, and they both kind of suck. Yeah, sadly, I only watch him because you're busy in college now. Oh, that's all right, man. You got to take care of your situation. Do you play D&D with the kids? I have been trying to get my my daughter to play Dungeons and Dragons, but she's, I think, on the fence on it. We almost made a character for her. She picked the most difficult class to play as for her character. She wanted to be race. She wanted to be a tiefling sorcerer, I think. Which I'm like, that's awesome. It's a fantastic character to play as. But the ads say Sex as Sex, but I always say the letter C-E-X. Yeah, that's a really unfortunate name to name a game store. As far as gaming shops in here where I live, they are all like comic and game shops. So tabletop gaming, board games, RPG, miniatures, comic books, etc., etc. You're a Tiefling Sorcerer too. Yeah, it's a really good one to play. That or a Tiefling Warlock would be a really good one to play, I think. In fact, a Tiefling Warlock, maybe Chaotic, or maybe Lawful Evil. Would be a fun one, I feel like. You're on your first campaign right now. Fantastic. One of the best game in the world. I totally put some gold on this part of the wing and I don't like it, so I gotta fix it real quick. Yeah, absolutely love this game. I love the lore. I love learning and reading about more creatures. Stick around, Dragon Slayer, because usually at the end of my painting streams we do read from the monster manual. You know, you can pick if you want. You can pick what we read about. Or maybe instead of a monster, we'll read about tieflings. But I try to end the stream on my painting streams with some D&D discussion. Hey, do you mind if I post the link? I got the picture for you I found, or do you want to just describe it? Or do you mind? You can try to post the link. Studio, if you follow me on Twitter, send it to me via Twitter Messenger. And the reason being is for some reason I don't have anything barring links in my chat, but for some reason it comes up as asterisks. And I went in there and I don't have any moderator bots blocking it. So I don't know what's going on. You can try to post it in the chat, but I don't know if it'll work. Okay. So bummed out that I had that showing as PUBG the whole time. I've actually had quite a few new viewers come in because it's they search for D&D. In fact, Studio, I think you were one of them. I'm gonna have to go around with that green again though and touch up some of these spines because I kind of bled over a little bit. Which at first I wasn't too concerned about because I'm going to be shading gold on these wings. But now that I'm seeing it in a larger amount, it's kind of bugging me. And so one of the other things too is that you know, if you rip, if you hey, it worked. No, it didn't work. It's showing us asterisk on my end. I don't know why. I don't get it. Can I copy it maybe? Shoot me a DM on Twitter and I can take a peek. See, why is it only on my end? Dragon. Whale Shark only sees it too. Yeah, I don't get it. Don't get it, but it is what it is. I need more gold paint. A lot more gold paint. How many campaigns have I done? I can't keep track. I don't know. I'm finishing up one right now that I'm DMing. We've been at it since probably November, and we're like in the last bit of the session of the campaign. I have played many more. I have also played Star Wars role playing. One of my favorites of all time is Seventh Sea, which is a pirates swashbuckling sorcery kind of game. That one, yeah, send it on Discord. That's fine. That one, the Seventh Sea one, I really like because the game system, it's called the roll and keep system, and all you need to play the entire game are just D10s. And it's one of the easiest, most intuitive game systems I've ever played. I will go down in flames to the day I die arguing that it's the best RPG tabletop system out there. The reason I like it so much too, the roll and keep system, is that one, again, you only need D10s to play it, but it's designed to force, it's designed to make people roleplay, which, you know, a lot of times people tend to just get into like the dungeon crawling, roll, hack and slash aspect of Dungeons and Dragons, which is fine, and that there's a time and place for all of it, right? But 7th wants you to get into your character and think how your character would think, and do you want to do X? Okay, then just how would you do it? You can't say, well, I just want to jump and do it. No, you need to role play it out, and maybe I wouldn't even have you. Maybe you don't even need to roll anything for it. You know what I'm saying? If you can make it make sense. Whale Shark, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You know, like it's not a definite no. You just got to make me understand, help me understand, and put some little effort into it. And how that system works too is with the roll and keep system is you have a 4 in strength. Okay, so if you have a 4 in strength, they call it brawn, but 4 in strength. Out of, you can only have 5. Anything over 5, you're in like legendary levels. So we'll say 3 in strength. And then you're going to do a climbing check, which you have a rank 3 in climbing. You would roll 3d10, but you only keep the 3 dice. You only keep 3, which is from your strength. So your strength is a rank 3. That's your base. So you're only going to keep 3. You roll 6, but you keep 3. Great game, great tabletop system. Got it. Check your Discord when you get a chance. I'll check right now, my guy. Yeah, if you guys ever get a chance to find that, the the player's book is a little difficult to come across now because they have a second edition now, but looks like that. 7th Sea. Check it out. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. If you don't think so, you're wrong. I enjoy role playing. I have a huge story for my Elden Ring character, connecting her to each Souls game in Bloodborne 2. Nice. That's fantastic. Okay. Got it. Very sweet. That's awesome. I love the antlers. And I love that. What is that, like a lantern or something? I can't tell if that's maybe just floating around him, not really coming off of that staff. I'll see what I can find. I'm sure there's something out there I can absolutely figure that out. So much gold. I think that's the best part, though, Whale Shark, about tabletop RPGs and role playing is you get to have the creative outlet to like create these grand stories and you know, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. How long have you been painting miniatures, if you had to say? That's a very easy question for me to answer. I have been painting miniatures for probably about 3 months. I have a cousin who is big into it. Was painting a lot of Fallout, you know, like the post-apocalyptic video game, but Fallout miniatures for his tabletop role playing. And I was always curious, you know, watching him do it, and not watching him do it, but like seeing the pictures and everything, and I was like, man, this looks like a really fun hobby. Like, I want to check it out. It's relaxing. It's just a lot of fun. Yeah. So, but I'm more of I like science fiction, but for me, I like the fantasy. Very skilled. Hey, thank you very much for the compliment. Dragon's coming along. Hey, we were just talking about you, Vinny. That's funny. Thank you. Yeah, I as you can see, I chose to incorporate green on it. We've got a long way to go, and you can kind of see what the effect I'm going to be going for on its wings once I'm done. That you can kind of see like I dry brush them just to see what it would look like. I'm going to do it a little heavier, but I think it's going to be fantastic. I think I got like one more. I got to do some touch up on the inside here. Oop, I missed one back here. I do have to do some touch ups on the spines on the inside of the wings here. With some green because I bled out a little bit, which is probably won't matter because I'm going to be doing the dry brushing of all that, but we'll see. Tabletop game Wasteland Warfare. Yeah, Vinny, I don't know if that's the one you play, or maybe no. I think you do. I think you do kind of you just use them for your you do GURPS or something, right, for your Fallout game. You ever heard of World of Darkness? I think so. Isn't that it's a tabletop game, right? Focuses on like werewolves, vampires, stuff like that. And I might be thinking of the wrong one, but I think I know that one. All right, so those are all done inside the wings there. I just need to do that first of all. Big old spot that I missed on its ass. I just need to do now the outside of all those spines. Yay! No, you had it. You had it right. It's part of the Vampire the Masquerade. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I definitely have seen those before. Those books in different game stores. Never played it. I am pretty excited. I think Vampire the Masquerade. I think aren't they releasing like a new one, a new RPG for the Xbox, PlayStation, PC. And if I remember correctly, and it looked really cool. It might have been just PC. I can't remember, but that would be a fun game to play. I actually enjoyed. I don't know if you guys ever played the game Vampire that came out on systems last year, maybe. It was like VAMPYR. I played that one. It's like you were like a doctor, maybe a doctor in like 1919 or something. And really enjoyed playing it. It was a good, decent RPG. And you got to be a vampire. I want another Castlevania game is what I want. Yeah. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. So is that the new one, or I thought Bloodlines was already out? Maybe not. All I know is I saw like an article or something on it, and I was like, that looks like it could be good. It came with Rondo of Blood, but I haven't touched it. Just wanted to for a la carte. Oh, put Symphony of the Night for the after the Netflix show. Oh, dude, was the Netflix show kind of your exposure to Castlevania? Yeah, Symphony of the Night was an amazing Castlevania game. Swan Song, got it. I never finished. I need to go back and finish the Netflix show. I think I watched the first season. That was it, and then Alucard was introduced. One of the first. So I played Castlevania on like the NES long time ago, right when I was a young kid, and then I didn't really touch any Castlevania games because even you got to imagine for a kid back then, the NES, those games were kind of creepy for a kid my age at that time. And then the next one I played was on the 64. Castlevania on the Nintendo 64 was a phenomenal game. And then if you like Castlevania, another one for more current gen was what was it called? Lords of Shadow. I mean, I vaguely knew about bits and bobs of Castlevania, like there was a game the artists of Death Note worked on, but then Smash Brothers and the Netflix show came along, and yeah, yep, Castlevania, good stuff. Just super fun too, and if you're big into vampires and you like Dracula and all that, it was a game that you could actually like. You got lore on Dracula and the fun villains. There was a run of Nintendo DS Castlevania games too that were just out of this world. Portrait of Ruin was one. I'm trying to remember the other ones. I don't remember the other ones. Portrait of Ruin and something else. But those were really good. Really good. In fact, if you can find them now, and you have a DS and you want a fun game to play, pick them up. They're not cheap if you can find them. I'm sure you can find them cheap, but most places are selling them new or used, a used copy of just the game cart for like $30-$40. They were really good games. I'm going to do this tail. Alucard is pretty. He's a vampire, then. What do you expect, right? Aren't they like supposed to have like crazy, weird beauty and like like the ability to seduce. Oh yeah, I love how Alucard's idea of a disguise in the DS ones is just dyeing his hair black and rewriting his name in Japanese. Hey, the Portrait of Ruin is my favorite. Swan Song is under fire right now because you know people are trolls. What are they under fire for? I mean, I know shows and games and movies come under fire all the time for some ridiculous stuff. Comparing the facial animations from the game towards Massive. Oh no! You know what though? Andromeda was good. I liked it. But I do remember when that I didn't play it when it first came out. I actually waited a year or so. I love Mass Effect. For the longest time, Mass Effect 1 was my absolute favorite of the series. It didn't really hold up that well over time, though. I went back and was playing the Legendary Edition that just came out, and it's like, but what the heck are they supposed to? They aren't some $40 billion company, right? Yep. It'll be a good game, I'm sure. Yeah, I think there's too much pressure on games developers now for all kinds of stuff, and too much like. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. At one end of the spectrum, you have to like look at it like, well, it is 2022, so unless you're making a game that's like looks retro on for a reason, like you kind of have to be able to at least either take an artistic approach on why it's going to look the way it looks. But also, I mean, to your point, a smaller gaming developing company isn't going to have the budget, the resources to put out something like I don't know, Capcom would, or not even Capcom. Activate. I don't know. Come up with any company that's published by Activision that they're getting funneled money, by a huge production company, right? I mean, we're kind of getting to a point where I think we're getting spoiled a little bit. I mean, like look at Resident Evil Village, man. That game was stunning, gorgeous. And speaking of like vampire movies and games and lore and all that, absolutely love Village. Had you heard it was like a couple months delayed Baldur's Gate 3 to 2023? No, I did not. I didn't even know there was a Baldur's Gate 3 coming out. Really? Oh man, that's gonna be a. I'm okay with a delay on that one. It needs to be good. It needs to be like really good. Because if you mess that up, you're gonna have a lot of pissed off people. Elden Ring made me realize Game Freak needs to step it the heck up with Pokemon. Legends of Arceus was fun, but Pokemon is still the biggest cash cow on Earth next to Michael Rodent. And even though I love Pokemon so much, releasing a new gen so soon is unacceptable. I did not play Arceus. I am very, very picky with Pokemon. My daughter actually got me for Christmas one year. I think it was Sword. And I really, really enjoyed that game. But the downside of it was I found that it was way too easy. Like, it wasn't challenging. How cool would it be if From Software teamed up with them and like did some kind of like Souls-like Pokemon game? That's where my mind goes now after playing Elden Ring. I'm like, you know what? How cool would it be if Capcom teamed up and they did a Resident Evil Souls game, you know, like Elden Ring but Resident Evil? That'd be amazing. So cool. Cool. People will be like, hey, there's never been an open world Pokemon game before. Give them some slack. There's also never been an open world Souls game before, but look at Elden Ring. No, that's kind of what I mean. I think that kind of goes back to what Studio and I were talking about. How like we're in a world now where like you have to be able to cut them slack, depending on budget, depending on et cetera, et cetera. But you also need to understand that like, hey, it's 2022. We're not like just going to constantly accept garbage games. If you want to keep doing this, you better start putting out quality. People will dip. They will leave. I mean, that happened with Mass Effect. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of people that gave up on it, I think, before it really, really came around. Now, like I said, I waited. I waited until they released a couple patches and fixed a lot of the bugs and the visual anomalies. Dude, look on YouTube about the game. Oh, and FYI, it's not been worked on by BioWare, but by Larian Studios, who made the Divinity series. Okay. I mean, I feel like BioWare is kind of like they've kind of dropped in quality, and it really like really BioWare's last really good game was Mass Effect 3. Andromeda was decent, but look at what was the one game they released? Anthem. I tried playing that. Couldn't do it. That side's all done. Inside's all done for both wings, and we just got this one to do now. This is like the part where I need to let that dry so I don't mess it up. The part that you got to sit there and like slug through on a miniature that you don't like. Or I like the miniature, slugging through like the part that I don't like to paint, which is these little tiny wing spines. Which I think in the end is going to be it's going to be cool that I did it right. It'll really tie it all together. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking that up though, Studios. To me, I mean, what are you going to do? I'm not a politics person, and I just don't really care. Just make a fun game. For sure. I agree with you. As long as the game is fun, but there's still a point that you have to make sure you're doing right by the fans. I don't know. My brother tends to think I overthink these type of things sometimes. I really enjoyed Star Wars Episode 7. I think Episode 8 is one of the worst Star Wars films ever made. I think 9 was decent, and I think 9 could have been Episode 8 and 9 if they just made it a little bit longer and split it into 2 movies. It followed Episode 7 much better. But that's just me. But I sit and I overthink these things, right? I mean, Mandalorian I feel like was good. Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett, I feel like kind of jumped the shark a little bit. I don't know. I might have an unpopular opinion about all that, and I don't know. All right. spine's done. I am looking forward though to Obi-Wan, which comes out in about a month and a half. I overthink things a lot too, and it's the entire reason why I can never watch Voltron or anything I do with it ever again. What happened with Voltron, dude? Wait, what? I mean, that's definitely, Voltron is not something I could watch now. I mean, maybe if one of my kids wanted to watch it, I would sit with them and watch it, because I grew up watching it, you know, in the 90s, early 90s. Watched it a lot. I actually had a neighbor, a friend of mine. His name was Alex, and he had the Voltron toys. I mean, he had the whole thing to make it the big old thing, you know. We used to play the hell out of those. To me, I'm just stubborn. Look at the AC series. I have stuck with it since day one and still say it's good. AC. Assassin's Creed? I like Assassin's Creed. In fact, I have Valhalla as, queued up as possibly a game to stream here, you know, after, I don't know, I start doing some other games. I try to keep two games going. I try to keep a main game, and then on Fridays I do like a side game. So like eventually I might move Elden Ring to like Fridays and then pick up something else, but who knows. Elden Ring's just so good, and it's going to take so long to really play through for me, because I don't really play it outside of my streams. I have, you know, really, I don't do a whole lot of gaming outside of my streams anymore. Every now and then I will play like Hell Let Loose, which is a fantastic shooter, multiplayer World War II sim, military sim. Freaking phenomenal game. I really mucked that one up. My favorite character got stabbed in the back by the heroes and left to die horribly in a poorly written half-assed excuse for a plot twist that clearly abandoned the storyline immediately after, while his abusive mother was allowed a redemption arc. Wait. Whale Shark, what are you getting at there? You talking about Assassin's Creed? Whale Shark? Lord of the Rings, man? He deserves better. I'm confused. No, Voltron. Oh my gosh, we're back to Voltron. I'm sorry. Oh boy, I saw Lord of the Lotor. Immediately my mind went to Lord of the Rings. I don't think I ever really like got invested in the lore of Voltron. It was just something that I watched as a kid, you know, and played. No, you're totally good. Don't apologize. What was I gonna say about Lord of the Rings though? Oh, are you guys getting excited for the Lord of the Rings TV show to come out? I am. I'm not getting excited enough to where I'm like, I don't know, like I'm not too concerned. Like if it sucks, I'll just stop watching. I won't be mad. Right? Like I can handle that. I can handle if it ends up not being that great. But I'm still excited. I'm also excited for the Fallout show that Amazon's going to be having going on. I don't even know if that's still even happening. I feel like I heard that they started filming it, and then I don't know. I haven't heard anything since. They haven't released any teasers or nothing. Okay. Oh, I just had my finger right on it, did I? No, we're good. Knuckles spin-off of the live-action movies. There you go. Earlier, I was eating a burrito and name brand Chester's hot fries. Name brand Chester's hot fries, like Andy Cap. I love those. Oh man, they're good. Those used to be my road trip chips. All right, so we do have to get in here, fix a couple spots on the wing. Maybe I know there's a couple spots. Where are they at? Maybe not. Holy smokes! Did I really? There we go. Oh yeah, Andy Cap fries are delicious, dude. So good. The hot ones. Oh. I am going to be taking just a quick break here, guys. I need to use the restroom. So, I'm not going to do any kind of scene change. We're just going to put this guy down. You guys can admire the work so far. I'm going to hop off. I'm very hungry, and it is dinner time, but it was super fun getting to chill. You're very skilled, and I hope you have a great rest of the stream. Whale Shark, thank you so much. You have a wonderful time, and enjoy your dinner. What are you having, if you don't mind me asking? I'm hungry too. Man, I have to talk to Sony about my game or Xbox or do a Kickstarter campaign or something. Do a Kickstarter campaign. That's very, very, very successful usually for independent game developers. Guys, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to leave the tunes playing for you. I'm not going to change screens, so just kind of hang out. I'll be right back, okay? All right. Pasta. Good call. Good call. Have a wonderful time, Whale Shark. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your day. Studios, I think you should do a Kickstarter campaign. Do it. Do it. All right. So here's the deal, guys. Apparently, I need to be signing off a little sooner than normal. But before we do that, I just want to see what this is going to look like with the brown wash on it. We have to take my kids over to my mother and father-in-law's house. They're going to watch them while my wife and I go out and have a date. And I didn't know it was at 1 o'clock. I thought, anyway, miscommunication, which happens. Let's see. Let's take a peek. I think the brown wash was a better choice than the black. You're in Central Time Zone here at home. Me too. I am as central as you can get in the country. You can't get any more central than I am. Yeah, it's 12:12 my time. Normally I'm done at 1 o'clock, but my wife just told me that she and her mom were talking and that they agreed on dropping the kids off at 1. So that is what we're going to be doing here soon. So this brown wash, maybe a little bit of water in there. What the washes are for those of you who don't paint miniatures and you want to know, it becomes pretty apparent here soon. You'll notice what exactly it's for. But right, so on a miniature that has a lot of detail, and for example, this guy has all of those scales. You can see that the wash will settle in and kind of give it this, give it like a, like think of dirt inside of crevices and stuff, right? It gives it detail to that shading. Gives it shading. I can't even talk. And the good news is I did stream longer yesterday, so we'll still hit my numbers for the week. Are you an Oklahoman too? That's about as central as you can get. I am in Nebraska. Good old state of Nebraska. I love living here. I mean, I don't mind it. It's a great place to raise a family. You won't hear me complain about it. Well, you might occasionally. Lived in Minnesota before I moved down here, and I will say I like Minnesota better. But Nebraska's not bad. See how that looks? It's going to look kind of wet on camera, but you can see how that wash kind of gives it a... just a more lived-in appearance, right? Like it looks more realistic. Instead of painting shadows, you just kind of let the wash do the work for you. And the other nice thing about these washes, when you put them on metallic paints like this gold, it tones down the shininess so it doesn't look like... So we're just gonna have to finish this guy up. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I won't do Elden Ring tomorrow, and I'll finish him up on stream. Oklahoma. I have a long time ago went down to Wichita Falls in Texas, and I think we went through Oklahoma. That was from Illinois, though, but not recently. No, sir. No, sirree. Wasting a lot of gold paint here today. That bums me out. I hate wasting paint. But I know it's not far. I mean, Kansas and then Oklahoma, right? We had some family. We actually had family that lived in Tulsa for a while. They moved, though, so they're no longer down there. But guys, I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling like turning out good, right? I think once we, again, you're going to see this kind of get darker, and then once we get the shading on it or the highlighting on it with the gold, it'll give it more of a brighter feel. It won't be as just like, you know, green. If everything goes good, I am planning on building the studio in Tulsa. There you go. Yeah, I've heard good things about Tulsa, so I fly there sometimes in Flight Simulator to the airport there. But guys, studio, I will keep my eyes peeled. Black Dragon will not be a difficult one to find. Succubus and Druid, I'll keep my eyes peeled. Let me look around and see what I can't find locally and online. And I'll use that picture you sent me for reference, and then we'll talk. We could probably work something out if you really want. If you're really interested, I mean, we can definitely work something out. I'm sure, and I'll get those painted next after this dragon. We can work on that, but we'll discuss that further. I'll hit you up on Discord. Whoops, I'm coffee still. Guys, thank you all for coming out today. We have to end a little bit earlier than we normally do, so I apologize on that. There was just a little bit of miscommunication between my wife and I on what we were doing today. So I have to leave soon. I have to leave. Leave. But I will be back on tomorrow, 10 a.m. Remember, Monday through Friday, 10 to 1. Every day, Monday through Friday. Rarely do weekend streams, but occasionally I will. And if I do, it's usually in the evening or at night because I'm staying up late or whatever, and I can do that on the weekends. I don't tend to not go to the gym on the weekends, so I would, if I do stay up late, it's going to be on the weekends. I cannot stay up late though during the week because for the most part I'm at the gym at 4:30 in the morning, and my body can't function like that if I stay up too late. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy the things that you enjoy to do. Don't ever hesitate to stop by my stream, and just know that you're always welcome here. We like to have fun, and you have a wonderful, beautiful day. Take care, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. If you're still out there, let's raid somebody. I always forget to raid somebody. We're going to raid someone, so hang tight. If you want to see another stream, we'll see who we can raid. Who's out there streaming right now? No Class is streaming. Should we go over to No Class's stream? Let's do it. Oh, Frosty's streaming too. Oh, I think No Class just dropped. Well, all right then. Adios, Muffin. Yeah, where the hell did No Class go? He must have just ended. All right, well, makes it easy. We'll go to Frosty's. Here we go. Deuces.